Is there something you have been wanting to change for a while, but you have not been able to do it? Today you are going to learn how to start making that change you have been longing for. The reality is, change is simple if you understand the process and adhere to it. I am Coach Soul. Welcome to our Performance Edge Weekly Wisdom, where spirit drives performance. Today we'll be talking about the 2 catalysts of change that when you understand, will allow you to maximize your performance and make necessary changes in your life, in your business, at work when you need to. So there are 2 catalysts of change: love and fear. Listen me out. Love is integrative. It is unifying to a purpose, to growth. And there is fear, which is differentiative. In human performance, it's codified by moving away and moving toward. In productivity lens, it's the worst thing that can happen to you, and or the best thing that can happen to your goals. Moving away is like electricity energy, and moving toward is like magnetic energy. In fact, Newton's first law of motion, also known as the law of inertia, say that an object will remain at rest in uniform motion unless it is acted upon by an external force. This means that an object will not change its state of motion unless there is a cause, such as an external force. The tendency of an object to resist change in its state of motion is called inertia. Human beings are not different in our behavior. Think about something you have been experiencing that you don't want to experience anymore. Got it? So what is the worst thing that could happen if that thing is not resolved? And what is the best thing that could happen when it's resolved? So let's ground this in an example. For example, a burnout business owner that started her business with a passion and drive, but now she's feeling disconnected from that initial sense of purpose. So what is the worst thing that could happen to that business owner if it's not resolved? Losing the business, which will have a negative financial impact, which will alter negative personal relationship. So the question that that person needs to ask herself is, what aspect of my business feels like a burden? Where am I getting lost in a day-to-day grind? That's the first step of moving away. And the second step is she could ask herself is, what does she believe so? Is there an external circumstances or it's an internal circumstance? In doing that, you're identifying the limiting factors. And so you need to identify what circle of proximity does that belong to. And there are 3 circles of proximity. There is the proximity of control, something you can affect directly and personally. The proximity of influence, that circle of proximity is something you can influence, but you cannot control direct. And then there is a third proximity, which is outside of control, that you cannot influence. Example, the weather. So now that allows you to unearth the limiting belief, asking yourself the magical question: is it true? By doing that, you are challenging your assumption. You are unearthing the limiting belief. And what are you doing? By doing that, you are taking your power back. You're taking your agency back. By doing that, you are generating the electricity. And that is done by moving away from the worst thing, which is anchored in survival, which is anchored in fear. So you ask yourself, what is one action, one step you can take away to move away from this impasse? For example, where am I getting lost in the day-to-day grind? Is it scheduling? What could you do if it's scheduling? Could you partner with someone that likes planning? Could you invest in productivity tools? So that action of moving away is the ignition. It is a spark, because again, an object at rest stays at rest unless it is acted upon. So what you are doing, you are moving away from a negative pattern by interrupting the pattern of that negative spiral cycle you have been going through. By doing that, you are changing the energy flow direction, and that is the power of electric energy. It is very direct, it is forceful, it has that masculine energy attribute, it is disruptive. That is the first step. Electric energy starts a motion that is rooted in fear and in survival. That energy is short-term, it's a burst, and it cannot last though, or it's too expensive if you want to use that to maintain. But to have something sustaining, you need magnetic energy. Magnetic, which is love, it pulls, it's attractive. And let's take the same example of business owner we talked about, or that executive. Asking yourself is, what aspect of my business still bring me joy? You're still taking that power back, this time by moving toward. You are changing the direction of your attention. It's important here to make that switch, because where your attention goes, your focus follows. What you focus on, expand. Where your attention goes, energy flows. So what are 2 or 3 actions 2 or 3 steps you can take to get closer for the ideal goal you want. So when you think about that burnout business owner executive, what aspect of your business you still bring you joy? Is it, for example, meeting clients, for example? If it's that, do more of that. In that way, you are generating activities that will sustain the life of your business, the life of your team, and most importantly, your energy is revitalized, it is amplified, and at that point, you have done both. You have activated the electric and the magnetic energy. In that way, you are finding back an energy equilibrium by keeping the 1/3 of the fear and the 2/3 of the love. So 1/3 electric energy moving away, moving from the worst thing that could happen, and the 2/3 magnetic energy moving toward the ideal situation. That's important that you understand, because this energy, they're complementary. One is not better than the other because they both exist. They have their purpose for different situations. Fear sparks faster action or reaction because it's anchored in survival, but love sustained, it is anchored in purpose, in unity. So next time when you find yourself in a ruminating negative pattern, think about the 2 catalysts of change. How can you generate the electromagnetic energy in your life, in your business, so that you can achieve the change you long and you desire for? Now I can talk about this. I want to respect your time, and so if you want to continue this conversation with me, please sign up to our brand new community, Performance Edge Wisdom Community, and the link is right there below, and you'll get access to more tips and relevant answers to your real problem. And if you have any issue you want me to talk about as well, you can submit them in the comments or request a specific video. You can go www.thequantumdo.com/video, or if you want it to be confidential or you need an NDA, you can send an email also at support@thequantumdo.com/. So I'm curious, what are your thoughts? Do you agree that the 2 catalysts of change are love and fear? Share your experiences in the comment below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell or more for promoting content. If you served you today, please share, subscribe, and do not forget, failure is a necessary prerequisite to human excellence. Till next time, live your truth. Now, Coach Schultz, out!